All right, you criticized, excuse me, you critiqued, it's close, you critiqued my opening Truth and Reason. It's time for you to get started with your opening comment.
And then you can critique mine.
I will.
All right, the Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, a sports book, has installed the Browns as favorites to win the AFC North. The last time they won the division was about 30 years ago, but who's counting? Actually, it was exactly 30 years ago, 1989, not long after that SI cover declaring an Indians uprising and the subsequent 61-101 record that followed. SI picked the Indians to win it all again in 2015, and they went, I think, 81-80. But that was then, and this is not only now, this is the Browns. Some respected publication will no doubt pick them to win it all this year. You just watch. And the enthusiasm over Baker Mayfield, John Dorsey, Odell Beckham Jr., and Freddie Kitchens will be fully out of the barn and sprinting around the track. At some point, we will say, what could possibly go wrong? But for now, if any fan base deserves to lose its mind a little, it's this one.
Okay. Your length is about right. Good job.
All right, thank you.
Good job. C+. The teacher would always write, see me.
On your paper or
yes,
everyone's?
Yes, on hers. All right, you did a good job with that. Now,
all right, thank you.
Of all the things you listed, the one that concerns me most, and let's just, for somebody's going to say, what if so-and-so breaks a leg? We're not taking that into consideration. Of all the things you listed, the one that concerns me the most is Freddie Kitchens, because we don't know anything about him other than he ran some nice offensive plays, but now he's got a job that he's never had before, and it's going to affect a lot of people. Right.
I mean, I think the two things we know that would give you a little better feeling about it all is that he has been in the NFL a long time. I mean, he's been around. It's not like he's coming in from college where dealing with college players is a lot different than dealing with pro players who have big egos. The other is that I think they did help him in the way they put together the coaching staff.
Right.
And he does have experienced coordinators. He has guys that have been in the league. He seems to be of the personality that he takes advice. If Dorsey sees something he doesn't like, he pulls him aside. It doesn't seem to me that Kitchens is the kind of guy who's not going to listen to him because, hey, I'm the head coach now. So I think there are things about his personality that would make you feel a little bit better about it, but you make a fair point. He hasn't done any of this before. It's easy to do it when you're in January, December, March. It's not as easy to do it when you're on the sideline in the fourth quarter and you've lost 2 in a row and now you have a crucial decision to make.
All right, here's what I hope happens if things go a little bit wrong. And that is he doesn't get heavy-handed here or heavy-headed and say, no, I'll work it out. I've called plays before. I can do it again. Hopefully he'll realize, you know what, maybe it is too much for me and it's not an embarrassment to ask for help because it could only get worse.
Yeah, I mean, he comes across as that kind of humility comes across when he talks. We'll see whether, you know, he will feel threatened if that's the case. It is what he does best. You know, we heard Hugh Jackson make the same claim. Yeah. We thought it was what Hugh Jackson did best too. So there's going to be a lot of uncharted territory with Freddie Kitchens. But you have to, you know, it's not like you have to trust John Dorsey for everything that he does because he's certainly capable of making mistakes. But he felt pretty strongly about Kitchens, and there must be a good reason for it.
You talked about the Vegas Insider, and we looked at the odds to win the division, and that's the AFC North. Let's take a look here. 7-5, the Browns are favored. As you say, it's 30 years since they actually won their division. Steelers 2-1, Ravens 3-1, and Cincinnati at 20-1. The odds to win the Super Bowl right here, New England, well, Cleveland is 5th on this list. Headed by New England at 6-1, Kansas City and Los Angeles at 8-1, and the New Orleans Saints 12-1, and the Browns 15-1. I don't know about the numbers, but the positions look about right.
Yeah,
if you and I were going to handicap it, that's probably what we'd say.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try to make a case that Brady's what is he going to be next season? 41, 42? You know, that he eventually has to hit the wall a little bit here. That they don't have great, you know, talent around them, especially if Gronk doesn't come back. I guess you could make the case that you would drop New England down a peg or two. But you certainly would have all those other ones up there.
Speaking of New England and their great kicker, Gostkowski, there's talk that the Browns are interested in him.
Yeah, I think that would be a great move. I mean, The kid Joseph they had this year, I thought did okay.
Right.
You know, when you got
missed some extra points.
Yeah, when you got past the kind of the early glitches and some of the things that happened, but his numbers overall were pretty good. But certainly, the Gostkowski would be a big.
Would you take a flyer on Phil Dawson?
You know, I haven't.
I mean, what a great PR move.
I know it would be. I haven't paid as much attention to what he's done over the last couple years. For his sake, I would love to see it happen because
it's 20 years since he was here.
He is a class guy. He's one of the great people that have ever played in this league, and to see him come back for a team that he really cherished his experience here.
Could you imagine him kicking a game-winning field goal? That would mean something.
Unbelievable to put them into the AFC Championship game or something. Yeah.